Good job, good job. You know sometimes how your guns just talk to you? Well, this SD9 is talking to me right now. Yeah, really, it's talking to me. You know what it's saying? Hold on, he's saying it again. What's that? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Got it. He says he's tired of the world ignoring him. He says he's a lot better than everybody gives him credit on being. He's kind of pissed off, he says. Welcome to the Barricade review of the Smith & Wesson SD9. Ooh, long shot. Connecting. Let's do right eye. Connecting. This is a by request review from a TMP Patreon member. He offered to send me his SD9. I politely declined. I said, I think I can get one from Gunnies, Sporting Goods, Western Wear, Great American Gun Store, and I did. This is a used Smith & Wesson SD9, SKU number 223900, two-tone with a matte silver slide, standard black frame. It also comes in a rather cool flat desert earth version I just checked out. That looks awesome. And I think they have a gray version as well of the SD9. It is a super affordable 23-ounce pistol. I think I need to repent on not reviewing this thing earlier. Excuse me, he's talking to me again. What's that? He agrees. He says, nothing fancy, you suck. You should have reviewed me when I first came out. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Here's the magazines. Standard Smith & Wesson quality, stainless steel. They're going to be, I think, 16 plus 1 in 9mm, and it's going to be 14 plus 1 in a 40 Smith & Wesson. A cartridge I still like, by the way. I like the 40. I've just always said that 9mm is more SAWC compliant. That's why I choose a 9, but a 40 is still a good cartridge. Nice polymer base pad. And the watch for the review, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is a Casio Edifice chronograph. EQB 558, I think. And I put a red NATO strap on it. Look at that. Link below, as always. No hands modification necessary on that one, dudes. Doesn't need it. It's perfect, as is. Perfect. A rarity. Features on the SD9. You got a metal front sight, a polymer rear, 3-dot variety, big external extractor, widely spaced serrations on the slide, forward and aft, low bore axis. I mean, this thing sits like a Glock almost, doesn't it? It really does. I actually like this gun a lot better than I thought it would. What's that? He said, you suck, nothing fancy. I should have reviewed this gun a long time ago. Hit. Miss. There's a hit. That's like a 40-yard plate I'm shooting at. Yeah, I do like it. I mean, it's got a couple quirks. Every gun does. Back to features. It really reminds me of a Glock. No big surprise. Except for this darn articulated trigger. Now, I've said before that I don't like the articulated trigger in the Smith & Wesson M&P series pistols. The Mod 2 made it better. Just my mileage, I like it better with the Mod 2. But my big issue, and I'll show you with this one. Let me unload it. So, the trigger, sometimes on an articulated trigger, you can kind of see how there's flex right there. And then it'll finally take up and go. I will say on this SD9, I'm not really seeing a ton of flex. I've demoed some others on tabletop that have a lot of flex. Let's see how the reset is, dry firing. It's pretty far forward. Oh, sorry, I screwed that up. There we go. Yeah, it's not like a 1/4 inch. It's not like a PPQ. And the trigger pulls at a stout 9 pounds 7 ounces. Yeah. The interesting thing about doing these, you know, operational reviews that I'm doing with you guys here and there is that I can talk to you as I'm shooting it, which is advantageous really, because everything's super fresh and I remember. And what I'm feeling right now shooting the SD9, it doesn't feel like a 9 pound 7 ounce trigger. In fact, the trigger seems fine to me. Isn't that weird? Because it's really strange, and I've seen that before where if I'm at tabletop or something in the office, in the missile silo, and I pull the trigger, I go, man, this trigger sucks. In the gun store, and then when I shoot it, I go, oh, this is not too bad. Have you ever had that? Smith & Wesson on this one calls it a self-defense trigger, and I don't know if they tried to make it like a double action only. I don't know, but I'm not really seeing it being a problem. Both eyes open. Long shot, both eyes open. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the trigger so much. It's not too bad. Left-handed. So recoiling more with my left hand because my grip isn't as refined. One thing that does annoy me, so it's got a really nice magazine release, but I don't like this rib that comes over the magazine button. I don't like that. There's no magazine safety, so that's good. Smith & Wesson is known to have put some of those in before. The magazine seats at the bottom of the grip, which is actually quite comfortable. No interchangeable back straps. Thank you. Thank you. So glad for that. We don't need it. No one uses it. 18-degree grip angle on the Smith & Wesson SD9 series. Really nice grip angle. It's a nice grip angle a lot. And now we bring into frame a competitive option. One that is beloved by me and a lot of other people. It's basically a license-built Walther P99. Say hello again to the TP9SF. Heavier. It's like, what, 28.5 ounces or something like that. This SD9 is a remarkable 23 ounces. Huge win. I mean, I should have been saying that on tabletop for a long time. So this is a heavier gun. It's going to be more expensive. It still is kind of a value gun, the TP9. Wouldn't you agree? Is it a direct competitor? I don't know. You can see there's a round in the chamber. It's got a loaded chamber indicator. Nice sights. Big old magazine release button. Beautiful FDE finish on this one. I got the extended mag in it. Loaded chamber indicator right there on the TP9SF. Square trigger guard. Pick rail. Awesome gun. Oh my goodness, do I love the TP9. Great trigger. Shooting the TP9 from the SD9, it is a different creature for sure. The trigger is superior to the SD9. That first round you saw it, I just kind of cooked it off because I'm used to the SD9 with a hard pull. Next thing you know, I shoot this one, the TP9, and it cranks it right off. But look at the size difference too. Remember, this is a lot heavier gun. And no, I'm not saying that these are like direct competitors really, but this is still a value 9mm combat handgun comparison. The SD9 is actually very compact. It almost reminds me of a Glock 19 in its size and its width. Very Glock 19 looking to me. Yeah, I can't believe I like it as much as I do. Let's take it down real quick. Let's see if it takes down just like a Glock. Inside the SD9 takes down just like a Glock. Little bit more tedious. I mean, these levers are a little bit harder to manipulate than a Glock. I had to kind of fiddle with them to get it off. Safety check. That's all there is to it. Okay, and then we go back to the SD9 trigger, long range. It's a long pull, dude. Coming from that TP9 to this, you gotta remember how to shoot it. All right, let me show you. Nah, I'm in really uneven terrain here. So let me show you where I'm at right here. So I can't really change the tripod around without just adding a bunch of time to the video. So these are our targets right here. That's what we see right down here. Here's my desert mountain environment that I'm shooting in right now. A little look around. So American Riflemen, I respect their testing protocols. They tested the SD9 series. I think it was the 9mm version, and they got 4 inches at 25 yards. So we'll go up here and shoot on paper a little bit before the video's done. But that isn't overly impressive. You know, usually I would like to see 2.5 inches out of a ransom rest or a really good shooter that's rested up. At 25 yards, I think that's reasonable. Is it a double action only trigger? No, it's not a double action only. It's different. It breaks a lot cleaner, but it does have, like I said, a long take up, a relatively long reset too. If you can hit, 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 hit. It seems to be on for me. Love the grip. Would I put traction tape on this SD9 if I owned it? Yeah, I would actually. I'd probably see if there's like some traction material I could put on there, but you don't totally need it. I mean, there's your texturing. Kind of Mod 2-ish in a way. It's not that laser stippling. The back strap is a little bit less effective. You have some memory points here, I guess, for your index finger on the frame. Nice extended slide release. I really like the slide release. It reminds me of that of a Glock 34. Nice pick rail right here. And it's light. Did I mention that? Excuse me, he's telling me. Yeah, I did. He says, make sure they know how light I am at 23 ounces. Let me load up. More steel in a second. The gun I should have brought in comparison to this SD9 is the Ruger SR9. I still have one. I don't know why I didn't bring that out. Because I bet you this trigger dominates the Ruger SR9 trigger. Maybe not the Security 9 just reviewed last year, but the SR9, the original, which I still like. Still have it. So here we go. Load it up. SD9. Yeah, I should have brought that one out. Whatever. Dang, that's a long pull. Wind kicking up. Welcome to the desert, y'all. My steel just fell over. Woo! Canik TP9, still a win. Gunnies has these on sale all the time. I mean, I think he's selling for like $2.99. These TP9s, they're just way inexpensive. What's that? He says the TP9 sucks, that he dominates it. That's what the SD9 just told me. Long pull. I almost feel like I'm going to stage it like a revolver, so let me try that. So I'm talking about pull it fast for the first half, then concentrate on the last half. Yeah, that works. Maybe not. Dropping free. Dang, we're going through some ammo, dudes. Self-loaded. You got a hole here in the back of the chamber so you can see it loaded. This is really like a Glock 19, an inexpensive Glock 19 with a stiffer trigger. A New York trigger. good, no jams. Smith & Wesson SD9 Prejudice Dispelled. Name of the video, Prejudice Dispelled. It's a good little pistol. The FDE version looks really cool. Again, that's 11998, the SKU number. Let's go up top side and then we'll shoot some paper. Let's pace it off, fellers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards. I will probably buy this if it shoots accurately for me. Just as a cast member, you know, to roll it on tabletop as a competitive option. For folks who are strapped with cash, this is a great option so far, from what I know about it. The SD9, here we go. Dead center, top target. By the way, I'm shooting 124 grain, expanding full metal jacket Federal. Don't know if they even make these anymore. Coming out of stash. I bought these, not given to me. All right, dudes, wish me luck. Wind has died down a little bit. Not a ton, not a ton. Right about here, middle. These are plus P's too. Dudes, check that out. All in the orange. That's pretty good. Those are 124 plus P's. Upper right, top target, hollow points. 115s, I think now. Not too bad. Top middle. Same hole. Wow. What's that? He says, I told you I kicked butt on all those value 9mm. Getting cocky. The SD9. Dude, this thing's accurate. Holy freak. Wow. Dudes, can you see that? We'll go check it out after I'm done, but dang. That shoots a lot better than expensive 9mm I've brought to the camera. What? SD9. Owning it. Okay, top target, middle left. Holy freak. Wow, this thing's accurate. That's I think I'm shooting Fde 115 grain hollow points out of this one now. Bottom right, this thing's shooting amazing. Prejudice Dispelled. I will say what I've said on other triggers like the P250, you have to kind of train with it. So just dry fire it and get used to it, how it pulls. You'll get used to it. You just got to shoot it. And like I said, dry fire it in a safe environment. And you'll be ready when you come out to an environment like this. Really happy with the way this is shooting. I want to put another one in that lower right. I sealed it. There we go. Middle right now. Same hole. Man, this thing is on. Let's go very top of that paper, middle. Holy cow, dudes. You might be running to a gun store to buy a very value price Smith & Wesson SD9 after this review. Dang, this thing is shooting phenomenal. I don't mind the trigger, like I said, it seems a lot lighter. It is not obnoxious. Yeah, it pulls a little bit heavy. This is where we are, by the way. Operational. There's Slam, serving faithfully still. I'll be getting home about midnight tonight. That's that hard work I was talking about. Look at this, dudes. Holy crap. Out of a $250 9mm, 9 yards, standing operational. Look at that. Perfect. Nice group, dude. And some of these were the 124 plus P FMJs, expanding FMJs used to make. Not bad. Really good group there. Really good group there. That's that one I flew. Other than that, good group. And this was the one I was just sailing a bunch of rounds in. Dang! Oh my gosh. I'm gonna end it right there. This is a great pistol. If you have an SD9, don't sell it. I don't care what other reviewers online say about this gun. This is excellent. It's 23 ounces, stainless steel slide, stainless steel barrel, big ol' extractor right here, like we showed you. 2-slot pick rail. We have the articulated trigger. We talked about that. We demonstrated it here on paper, in the trench on steel. Polymer rear sight, don't mind that at all. Steel front, you could probably swap those out. 18-degree grip angle, decent checkering. By the way, some palm swells right here, so it's a really comfortable grip. Fantastic stainless steel magazines. It's a total win for the price. Nothing fancy, signing off from the field. Operational review, Prejudice, Dispelled. Oh wait, he's got the last word. What's that? Oh, he said, tell all the other 9mm to suck it.